agents. Summer is here. LeBron James has some decisions to make. Never heard that before. An unrestricted free agent, James's next destination could be anywhere. And at 41 years old, that anywhere could be his own couch as well. Retirement, also very much an option for James, who just completed an unprecedented 23rd NBA season. NBA front office insider Bobby Marks has him beat. He's with us on SportsCenter. Bobby, LeBron about to become a free agent here. How does a potential deal impact the Lakers' free agency outlook?
Well, it's significant, I think, and a lot of it has to do about the timing of LeBron James. Here's a Laker team that's potentially sitting on $50 million in cap space to go out and use in free agency, and that does not include LeBron James. So, Randy, when you're looking at it, what the number LeBron comes in at if he returns to the Lakers will play a significant role as far as what they have to go out and spend. Now, the question is, what happens if there's not a decision by July 1st or July 2nd? As we know, free agency is usually done in 48 hours. Can the Lakers wait, or do they have to go out and get their business done without a commitment from James?
Yeah, get their business done and then come to LeBron with, here's what we have left. Here's what we have to offer you. The other huge storyline that we're eyeing is Jaylen Brown and the trade possibilities in Boston. How realistic is a trade, though, considering both the talent and that contract?
Yeah, I mean, there's trade suitors out there, and he's owed $183 million over the next 3 years. He had signed that Supermax contract a few years ago. I think there are a couple things that complicate it with the trade, and just based on where this collective bargaining agreement is, roster construction. You've got to have the right talent around Jaylen Brown or another player making that significant amount of money, and what's left of the roster, what you're trading out here. The other thing is that we've got these new lottery reform rules. Randy, the night of the draft, there were no first-round picks traded at all. And I know there is some hesitancy just based on the unknown as far as where we're going with these draft picks. But, Jaylen Brown is a heck of a talent. He's an all-NBA player. There's trade suitors out there, but just not sure if it's the right price that Boston is looking for.
He's coming off a career-high 28.7 points per game this season in a season that he says has been his favorite of his career. That's Bobby Marks with the insight for us on SportsCenter.
All right, thanks so much, Jay. The draft is behind us, and NBA teams are starting to make some decisions with their roster. The champion Knicks will sign Jose Alvarado to a 3-year deal after he declined his player option. As for the Thunder, they lock in some size in a competitive Western Conference. Isaiah Hartenstein intends to sign a new 3-year, $75 million contract to run it back with OKC through the 28-29 season. However, as we get closer to free agency, a few major questions still loom. Will the Celtics trade Jaylen Brown, and will LeBron re-sign with the Lakers or take his talents elsewhere? All right, welcome in our NBA front office insider, Bobby Marks, who's with us right now for more on these topics around the NBA. And our Shams Charania reported that the Celtics are actively listening to trade offers for Jaylen Brown. A lot of conversation that has come from that. So, Bobby, how do teams view Jaylen Brown right now as an asset?
I mean, there is a spirited debate going on in front offices right now regarding Jaylen Brown. There's, on one side, there is the analytics debate, and the analytics do not view Brown as a high-level player. A negative net rating over the last 4 years in Boston, -10 when he was on the court this year. And then there's the eye test, which I am more in the favor of, which is a player that finished 6th in MVP voting, was All-NBA this year, is 191 and 80 in the last 4 years, a player that can make an impact on the court. So it's going to be interesting who wins out on this debate as far as if there's a team that's going to go out and try to trade for Jaylen Brown here.
All-NBA, a Finals MVP, and an NBA champion as well. But I guess I'll just leave it there. Out west, LeBron James faces a critical offseason as a free agent. How much of it is in LeBron's best interest to re-sign with LA this offseason?
Well, I think LeBron's got to balance the family part of it. Certainly he resides in Los Angeles. I think there is the financial angle too. Certainly a player that's earned close to $600 million. And then there's the third part, which I think is probably the most important. What gives him the opportunity to compete for a championship? I think it's going to be interesting as far as where the Lakers are with this roster. Now, they've got $50 million in cap space to go out and fill in the blanks here, but you've got to figure out what LeBron's number is going to be before you actually can go out and commit to free agencies here. So it's a balancing act from the Lakers, and it's a balancing act as far as what LeBron's going to do over the next few days here.
Yeah, everyone will be looking forward to what happens with LeBron James as we look for Shams.
Hannah, the Celtics are actively discussing Jaylen Brown deals around the league, from my understanding, and sources tell me that the Celtics asking price, depending on the team, ranges up to 4 first-round picks at least in a trade for Jaylen Brown. They pursued Giannis. We know about that, and Jaylen Brown was involved in those trade talks as well as other first-round pick considerations as well. So clearly, after Jaylen Brown won Finals MVP just 2 years ago and was a league finalist for MVP this year, that might have rubbed him the wrong way. And so now they're in a situation with 3 years left on his deal. They are now seeing what is out there, what is his value around the league. And I think we'll get more clarity as the days continue.
Yeah, and free agency beginning Tuesday, 6 o'clock Eastern. Shams, I know you're standing by, so if anything breaks, we'll get back to you. Thanks, my friend. All right, if Jaylen Brown is moved this offseason, he would become just the 5th player ever traded within 3 seasons of winning Finals MVP. He'd be the first to do so since KD in 2019. By the way, Shaq, he's the only one to go on and win another title with his new team. As we welcome in our esteemed panel, we have Bobby Marks, who must have flown overnight from New York, Chineo Gumake, Danny Green. So psyched to be talking to you guys about everything that has been happening. But first, Bobby, you know he has to keep it real for us. So in terms of value, how's Jaylen Brown viewed around the league?
Hannah, it's all over the place. I think it's a matter of what teams you talk to. I think it's the analytics versus the eye test. The analytics are not great. When you look at Jaylen Brown the last 4 years, Boston's net rating is better with him off the court. This past year, they were a +10 when Brown was off the court. However, I'm an eye test person.
Yes, no
So when
kidding.
you go the eye test, and I know Danny likes the eye test too.
Yes, I do.
This is what I see.
Yeah.
A top 10 player in the NBA, 29 years old, in the prime of his career, on a 3-year contract without a player option here, and has played at least 60 games in 4 out of the last 5 years. So you know what you're getting with Jaylen Brown. So it's all over the place.
He literally kept them afloat with Jason Tatum on the bench. They exceeded expectations.
Yes, I mean, again, I'm more of an eye test person, analytics. What did Josh have?
Well, they call it strategy now, Danny.
Okay.
Is that what they call it?
It's a fancy name.
So, yeah. Again, I'm not Josh Hart where I say analytics is like, what does he say? A post that you can lean on, but you can't get you home when you're drunk or something like that. So I think analytics are important, but I'm more of an eye test person. Jaylen Brown is a top 10 player in this league. And if you can't get another top 10 player or two top 20 players for him, I think you're losing out. And now Giannis is off the table. What are you looking for? Why are we still dangling this guy out here unless you for sure have a certain U-turn or reroute of a person or pieces that make sense? There are teams that we'll discuss later on, but I just don't see it. Unless somebody else is willing to give up another franchise guy for Boston, why would you break up this duo that has shown that they've been successful over the last 2 or 3 years?
There's a hypersensitivity to Jaylen Brown, and he has embraced it, willing to be the villain, at times being the bad guy on the court, the one calling out the league, and obviously snapping back or clapping back at our old friend, Stephen A. Smith. I think there's a sensitivity because of